Hey there, Heather. Hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to a very special Stone Cold Hockey thingy. I have decided to do a special hockey thing. How does it connect? Oh, I don't want to connect to another screen. Crazy? Sorry about that. Just came out of freaking nowhere, out of left field. Anyway, as you should know, Edmonton and Florida are your two Stanley Cup finalists for 2024. Uh, no, Stone Cold Hockey doesn't have the 2024 set out for these teams, so I would have done a best of seven series based on predictions. I decided to do this to bring in Stone Cold Hockey, which is my favorite hockey PC game now that, it's very reachable and fun. Now, as you can see, there are 10 Edmonton and Florida teams. They're unseeded, so I didn't make seedings for these teams. All the Edmonton and Florida teams from the seasons I have, which of course you see is 94, 06, 12, 22, and 23 are here. Now, in all fairness, Edmonton appears in the 73 WHA, 74 WHA, and 79 WHA thing, alongside the 1984 and 91 season sets. But to make it fair, make it as many Florida teams as Edmonton teams, went with the Florida team. Of course, 93, 94 was the inaugural year for the Panthers. 06 was when the 94 Panthers missed the playoffs by a few points. 94 Oilers didn't make the playoffs. The 06 Panthers, I don't know if they made the playoffs. I don't think they did. Oh, no, they didn't because they had that 12-year drought. They didn't make the playoffs in 06, and the Oilers went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, was in Carolina in 7. And I know that people in Canada would be ticked off, but I went Carolina against Edmonton. I'm like, Edmonton got lucky to get there. I think Carolina's goaltending was save them, and I was right. 2012, the Oilers were struggling. Florida got to the finals. No, not the finals. Sorry, Florida got to the playoffs for the first time in 12 years. I think that was it. Yeah, and they lost in double overtime in Game 7 to the Devil Dogs. 22 and 23, the Panthers were decently successful. 23 going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Edmonton 22 getting to the Final Four, and 23 losing it out. But anyway, it was randomization and doing a 10-team tournament. So three of the five Florida teams and only one Edmonton team will have to do qualification. To speed this around, we're going to do the preliminary round in the quarterfinals in one video and not play any games. So anyway, the Battle of the Floridas, the 2012 Panthers against the 22 Florida. First game sees the 22 squad win 4-2. Bobrovsky beats Theodore. 2012 had goals by Thomas Fleischmann and Drovanovsky, who ironically was the number one pick by the Panthers in the 94 draft. And actually, it's funny, he came back to the Panthers. So 22 squad, Anders Lundell, Ryan Lomberg, Carter Verhaeghe, and Jonathan Huberdeau, who's now with Calgary and having a crappy time. 23 Florida versus 22 Edmonton. Game 1 went to Edmonton 6-5 as Stuart Skinner, that is, beat Spencer Knight, who the Panthers kept as their backup. Of course, Spencer Knight was not part of the Florida run in 23 because he went through the alcohol abuse program, I think, or something like that. But anyway, Edmonton was up 4-0 and almost blew it. But Edmonton goes by Leon Draisaitl, Zach Cassian, Darnell Nurse, Zach Hyman, former Leaf, and Cody Ceci, another former Leaf. Florida goes by Eric Stahl, yeah, him with the Panthers, Carter Verhaeghe, Aaron Ekblad, always with the Panthers, Anders Lundell, and Ekblad again. Game 2, Edmonton, Florida, sees Edmonton take a 2-0 series lead. Mike Smith beats Alex Lyon. The Lion King. Edmonton goes by Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl, and then Draisaitl with a hat-trick goal. Florida goes by Brendan Montour, the pride of Six Nations, Carter Verhaeghe, and Ryan Lomberg. The other matchup sees the 22 squad up 1-6-2. Spencer Knight beats Jose Theodore. The 12 squad had 2 goals, Christopher Steek and Brian Campbell. But Sam Reinhart, Huberdeau, Alex Barkov, Owen Tippett, and Aaron Ekblad scoring for the 22 squad. Game 3's the 12 squad won on home ice 3-1. Theodore takes down Knight. Sam Bennett, the only goal for Florida. But the 3 Panther goals for the 2012 squad, Christopher Steek, Sean Mathias, and Stephen Weiss. Florida Edmonton. Edmonton now up 3-0, 5-3 win. Skinner beats Bobrovsky. Edmonton goes by Daryl Ryan. Evander Kane, Red, White, and Black Monster. Brad Kulak, Sarkazian, and then right side again. Florida goes by Nick Cousins, Carter Verhage, and Sam Reinhart. Did Edmonton sweep? No, they didn't. Florida wins on Prakashian overtime. Bobrovsky beats Koskinen. Edmonton goes by Leon Draisaitl and Kaylor Yamamoto Sondas. Florida goes by Carter Verhage, Anders Lundell, and then Gustav Forsling in overtime. The 22 squad won 4-1 over the 12 squad. Bobrovsky beats Theodore. Fleischman, the only goal for the 12 squad. 22, Ludelstein, Sam Bennett, and Kiersted. 22 Florida loses 2-1 in Game 5. Theodore beats Bobrovsky. Gudas scored for Florida, but the 12 squad, 2 goals by Versteeg and Fleischman. The 22 Edmonton team won in overtime. Koskinen beats Knight. Florida goes by Verhage and Lomberg. Edmonton goes by Nurse, Draisaitl, and Evan Bouchard. The 22 squad wins 4-1 as Knight beats Theodore. John Madden, not that John Madden, scoring a goal for the 2012 squad. 22 squad, Reinhard, Hornquist, and Frankie Fatrano. On to the quarterfinals. We have 2 Battle of Edmontons, 1 Battle of Florida, and an Edmonton, Florida matchup. So we have the 06 Panthers against the 94 Panthers. We have the 06 Oilers against the 22 Panthers, the 22 Oilers against the 2012 Oilers, and the 94 team against 23. So, Battle of Florida, 06-94. 94 wins the first one 2-1. Mark Fitzpatrick. I think he won the Masterton Trophy, didn't he? Fitzpatrick? I think so. Coming from his rare disease. But anyway, he beats Luongo. The 94 squad, Andre Lomakin and Dave Lowry. Remember him? Flame fans? The 06 squad, Nathan Horton. Here's a who. Nathan Horton, who looks like Shane Kipple, who looked like from Degrassi, spinner. 06 Edmonton 22 Florida, the battle of that. Florida beats Edmonton 4-1. Spencer Knight beats Dwayne Goalie Rolson. Edmonton goes by Rafi Torres, Baby Beluga. Florida goes by Ludenstein and Huberdeau. Huberdeau again, and Barkov. The 23 squad beats the 94 squad 3-1. Skinner beats Bill Ranfords. Right, who's still around? 23 squad goes by Hyman, Ryan, and Draisaitl. Sedano Seeger for the 94 squad. Meanwhile, the 22 squad beats the 12 squad in overtime 3-2. Koskinen beats Stupnik, the 2012 squad. Ryan Smith and Taylor Hall. Remember him? The power of Taylor Hall? Well, Kaylor Yamamoto and Draisaitl has 8, and then Zach Hyman his second. Edmonton, Florida game 2 saw Edmonton split that one 3-2. Roley beats Knight. Florida goes by Maman and Huberdeau. Edmonton goes by Ethan Morrow, Marc-Andre Bergeron, and Jared Stahl. The 23 squad wins 7-4. Skinner beats Ranford. The 23 squad, McDavid. Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins. Yep, the former number 1 pick. Hyman, Draisaitl, Ryan, and Warren Fogle. The 94 squad goes by Freddie Olesen. They didn't play for the others. Stephen Rice, Ketchener. Scott Pearson, Leaf Bust, who the Leafs traded away to Edmonton in that 7-player deal to get Bill Grant Fuhrer, among others, and Shane Corson, former Leaf, but later in life. The 22 squad beats the 12 squad 3-1 in game 2. Smith beats Hobby Bullen. Forgot he played for that. Edmonton, Sam Gagne scored. Yeah, Sam Gagne is still around, actually. Yamamoto with a pair of goals. Connor McDavid with one for the 22 squad. 94 squad beats the 06 squad 3-2 as Van Beesbrook beats the Luongo this time. 94 squad, Scott Mellenby, known as the hero of the rat trick. Dave Lowry and Jody Hall, Cambridge. 06 goals by Olli Jokinen, future Leaf, and Jay Bomeister, future Flame. The 94-23 battle, 23 squad wins 5-2. They're up 3-0 now. Skinner beats Ranford. 94 squad only goes by Jason Arnott and Siegel. 23 goes by Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Nuge, Hyman, and Hyman again. The 22 squad beat the 12 squad 3-2. They're up 3-0. Koskinen beats Dubnik. 22 squad, Draisaitl, McDavid, and Perlini. And Randy Jones, was it? That can't be right. And Nugent Hopkins. Yeah, 2012. He was with Edmonton. The Battle of Florida. The 06 squad wins 5-4 in overtime. Luongo beats Fitzpatrick. 06. Jokinen, Gradin, Kolnick, and Horton scoring in regulation. Overtime heroics by Jokinen. Florida 94 goals by Craig Hogwood, Bob Kudelski, who's known for being best with the Kings, Gord Murphy, and Brian Benning, former Kings defenseman. 22 Florida wins in overtime 4-3 as Bobrovsky beats Rolison. Edmonton goals by Pekka. Forgot my Pekka played for the 06 squad. Igor Ulanov, and Sean Horkoff. Florida goes by Sam Bennett, Mason Marchment, Carter Verhaeghe, and Ryan Lomberg. 22 Edmonton, did they sweep? No, they don't. They lose 4-1 as Bulin beats Koskinen. 22 Edmonton goes by Chris Russell, Beal Packham, Randy Jones, Ryan Smith, and Ben Eager. Scoring for the 2012 squad. 23 Edmonton, did they sweep? Yes, they do. Skinner beats Fred Brathwaite, 494 Oilers. Stephen Rice, Kitchener. Shane Corson and Igor Kravchuk for those guys. The 23 squad, Draisaitl, McDavid, Ryan, and Kulak with the winning goal in overtime. 94 Florida, now up 3-1 in the series. Luongo loses Van Beesbrook. The 94 squad was up 2-0. Lomakin and Mellenby scoring. And then Jokinen 2 goals for the 06 squad. But in overtime, Jody Hull, the pride of Cambridge, from Kudelski and Belanger. And the 22 Florida Panthers are now up 3-1, 5-1 win. Bobrovsky beats Rolison. Only Edmonton goal was by Jarrett Stahl. Florida goes by Marchment, Barkov, Mamin, Forsling, and Lundell. 94 Panthers, do they win in 5? Fuck no. They lose 5-2. Van Beesbrook losing the Jamie McLennan. Noodles? 94 Florida goes by Lowry and Brian Scrudland, the former Hab who scored 9 seconds into a Stanley Cup overtime. For the record, Gary Kulik, John Sim, Joseph Stumpo, Gary Roberts. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was a Panther. And Nathan Horton. Those goals. Edmonton beats Florida in overtime. 5-4. Rolison beats Knight. Florida goes by Marchment, Joe Forden. Forgot he played for the 22 Panthers. Anthony Duclair and Mason Marchment. Edmonton goes by Ryan Smith, Jason Smith, Jarrett Stahl in overtime. Ryan Smith finished the hat trick. 22 Edmonton, did they win in 5? Yes, they do. 6-5 on Progashyan. Smith beats Bulin. 2012 squad, Ryan Whitney, Ben Eager, Taylor Hull, Ryan Smith, and Luke Petrell. They were down 5-1 in forced overtime, but lost. Nugent Hopkins scoring for the 22 squad. Draisaitl his 10th. Fogle, Barry, Hyman, and then overtime, Darren News, his 4th from Barry and Hyman. What is wrong with my pronunciation today? 06 Florida is forcing game 7. He was with the 94 squad. 4-3 in overtime. Luongo beats Van Beesbrook. The 06 squad goes by Bomeister, Horton, and Kulnick in regulation. 94 Florida, Mellenby, Mike Huh, Kitchener. Yeah, Mike Huh was a Kitchener Ranger. And Bill Lindsay. But overtime on the power play, Gary Roberts from Kayakowski and Jokinen. They're trying to come back from 3-1 down. The 22 Panthers win 4-3. So Bobrovsky beats Rolison. Edmonton goes by Stahl, Hemsky, and Ryan Smith, but not enough as Florida goes by Barkov, Ekblad, Reinhardt, and Hooby Dooby-Doo scoring the goals. So we have 2 Edmonton and 2 Florida teams no matter what. So who wins game 7? It goes to the 06 squad, who pulled off the 3-1 comeback. Luongo beats Van Beesbrook. The 94 squad goes by Screwland, Bill Lindsay, and Mellenby. But Florida goes by John Sim, Yuri Kursnick, Sean Hill, and Olli Jokinen. So what a comeback for the 06 Panthers, down 3-1, and they come back to win 3 straight. So the semis Oh man, they're going to give Edmonton versus Florida, Edmonton versus Florida. Of course, they're going to go Edmonton versus Florida. So I would have loved to see the two Edmonton squads battle each other and the two Florida squads battle each other because of the fact that we can make it Edmonton versus Florida. But I don't make the rules. What's my time? Oh, I have time. 15 minutes. We might as well keep going. Edmonton, Florida. The 06 Panthers win 4-1. Luongo beats Koskinen. Edmonton got to go by Puriari. By Florida goes by Mike Van Ryn, Nathan Horton, Gary Robertson, Anthony Stewart. I'm in for CBC now. Edmonton 23. Edmonton wins 3-2 in game one. Jack Campbell, the reject of the Leafs, beats Bobrovsky. Edmonton goes by Ryan, Hyman, and McDavid. Florida goes by Reinhardt and Duclair. Yeah, it's the 22 and 23 Oilers are still there. 06 Florida and 22 Florida. Well, that's different eras. Edmonton wins 4-1 to 2-0. Campbell beats Bobrovsky. 23 goal. Edmonton goes by Draisaitl, Kulak, Ryan, and Evan Bouchard. Florida go by Reinhardt. Edmonton wins 2-1. 1-1 tie in that series. Koskinen beats Luongo. Florida go by Joey Nieuwendyk. A lot of former Leafs on that team. Yamamoto-san, 2 goals. He's got 6. 22 Edmonton now leads 2-1 in their series 5-4. Smith beats Luongo. Florida goes by Stumple, Gradden, Kolnick, and Kolnick again. Edmonton goes by Hyman, McDavid, Draisaitl, Ryan, and Darnell Nurse, the hero. Edmonton wins on the Progation. They're now 3-0. Campbell beats Knight. Florida goes by Mamen, Barkov, Marchment, Barkov, and Duclair. 23 Edmonton goes by Draisaitl, Hyman, McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Darren Ryan, and then overtime Nurse from Nugent Hopkins and Yamamoto-san. 23 Edmonton, do they sweep? No, they lose 5-3. Bobrovsky beats Campbell. Edmonton was up 3-0. Connor McDavid with 2 goals, Draisaitl with 1. It was like game set match. But then Barkov for Hagee, Ekblad for Hagee, and Ekblad scoring the goals. Edmonton blew a 3-0 lead. 06 Florida now ties the series 4-2 as McLennan meets Koskinen. Edmonton goes by Evander Kane and, well, both of them. Florida goes by Bouwmeester, Olash, wearing number 85 like a boss. Jay Bouwmeester and Yuri Koenig. 2-2 tie in that series. Game 5 sees 22 Edmonton wins 4-3. Smith beats Luongo. Edmonton goes by Kulak, Nugent, McDavid, and Barry. Florida goes by Horton, Gradden, and Gradden. 23 Edmonton, did they win? Yes, they do. 7-5. Tough one. Skinner beats Bobrovsky. Florida goes by Ekblad, Barkov, Hornquist, Tippett, and Huberdeau. Hornquist, too. 23 Edmonton, Ryan Yamamoto getting a goal for that team, finally. Zach Hyman has 7. Yamamoto is 2nd. Hopkins is 5th. McDavid is 7th. Hyman has 8th. 22 Edmonton, do they win in 6? Yes, they do. 5-2. So it is a battle of Edmonton. So practically the 22 and 23 squads go after each other. Koskinen beats Luongo. Kulikowski and Stumple for Florida. Edmonton goes by McDavid, Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane, and McLeod. So let's take a look at the 22 and 23 teams. The 23 squad, Stuart Skinner 5-0 in net, Jack Campbell 3-1. So yeah, so they had an easy time. Nugent Hopkins has 24 points for the 23 squad. Draisaitl 16 points, Hyman 16 points. Connor McDavid only has 15. But Nugent Hopkins 19 assists, that's why. Klim Kostin and Devon Shore, Ryan Murray with a goal. Ryan McLeod with a goal. Phil Broberg has, oh, that's the points. Phil Broberg has 3. I thought Kostin had a goal. My fault. The 22 squad, Koskinen, Smith, and Skinner. Koskinen's 5-4. Everyone else is 7-0. Smith and Skinner combined. Well, they had to go through the preliminary round, so it was 5-5-6. Connor McDavid 22 points for the team. Draisaitl 17, Nurse 12. Draisaitl has 12 goals. So yeah, lots of people with 1 point. Brendan Perlini, Chris Russell, Colton Skeefor, William Lagesson, Slater Klucklick. When you look at the goals leader, Draisaitl of the 22 squad has 12. He leads everyone by 4. With the 23 squad, Draisaitl and Hyman trying to catch that. Points wise, it's huge of the 23 Oilers for 24. Huberdeau, 22 points for the 22 for Koskinen, the best goalie by goals against. 22 versus 23. 22 wins 6-2 as Koskinen beats Campbell. 23 got goals by McDavid, his 8th, and Dreisaitl's 9th, but 22's got Kane his 5th, Barrie his 3rd, Kane his 6th, Kassian his 3rd, Draisaitl his 13th, and Puriari his 2nd. Game 2 sees the 22 squad win in overtime. Smith beats Skinner. 23 Edmonton goals by Janmark, Fogle, and Hyman. 22 squad, Nugent Hopkins, Fogle. No, sorry. Nugent Hopkins, sorry. Draisaitl, and then in overtime, Darnell Nurse at 13:30 from McDavid and Chris Russell. Game 3 sees the 23 squad win 4-3. Campbell beats Skinner. 22 squad was up 3-0 through a period and a half. Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Barrie. Connor McDavid with 2 goals. Holloway. Who the heck is this Holloway guy? For the 23 squad. And Darnell Nurse. Game 4 sees the 23 squad win 7-3, so it's splitsies. Campbell beats Koskinen. 22 goals by Ceci, McDavid, and McLeod. 23 squad, McDavid, Yamamoto's on, Ryan, Draisaitl. Game 5 sees the 23 squad win 5-2 as Skinner beats Smith. The 22 squad goes by McLeod and Draisaitl, his 17th. That Draisaitl, his 12th. Then McDavid, Ryan, McDavid. Man, Derek Ryan has 11 goals. Game 6 sees the 23 squad win 6-4. Skinner beats Skinner. The 22 squad had goals by Fogle, Yamamoto, Perlini, and Shore. But the 23 squad, Fogle, Kulak, Nuge, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins. So Nugent Hopkins had a hat trick for the 23 squad. So the 2023 Oilers are your champions. Stuart Skinner ends up 7-1. Jack Campbell 5-2. Points wise, Nugent Hopkins with 32. Connor Murray with 29. Draisaitl with 24. Hyman 22. Derek Ryan with 14. But he had 11 goals. Evan Bouchard with 9 points. Darnell Nurse with 7. Kalen Yamamoto with 7. Cody Cecil with 7. Warren Fogle with 6. Brett Kulak with 6. Philip Broberg with 6. Evander Kane with 3. Ryan McLeod with 2. Janmark with 2. Klim Kostin, Dylan Holloway, Dylan Evanshore, and Ryan Murray all had just 1 measly point. So there we go. Edmonton, by proxy, would get in better than a Panthers team. But you know what? I'm picking Panthers. Screw the convention. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond to do.